Nowadays, LLM based GPT models are very popular, right? It is everywhere. For example, if you open any banking website, you will see there is a chatbot options, where you can just go and interact with the bot and it will give you the response, right? Apart from that, if you are a developer or an admin that who's working on Salesforce, you I think recently start using ChatGPT. For example, if you need a code, you can ask ChatGPT to help you. Similarly, Microsoft also recently launched Microsoft Copilot. So this is also work on the same way. You can ask any questions if you are an admin and need something, some help that you need, you can ask these GPT models, right? Everything was there, but in Salesforce there was no model which actually help in Salesforce ecosystems, right? For example, there is a sales representative and he's working on multiple opportunities. So, and he wanted to know the summarization of those opportunities. So there was no way where he can go and ask Salesforce, hey, just tell me the summary of these opportunities, right? There was workaround. For example, he can copy paste some data of his opportunity and use those open models, for example, Chat GPT. But that way is very risky because those open AI models can use the data to public domain as well, which again violate your company's policy, privacy policy, right? So to cover all those things, to make developer, sales representatives, and admins life easy, Salesforce essentially launched this Salesforce Einstein Studio. Okay, this Einstein Studio is a combination of two major products, which is your Einstein Copilot and Prompt Builder. We'll discuss about that in short, but yeah, this is the combination of these two products, and this product actually provide you the flexibility to use your GPT models inside your Salesforce with full safety. Okay. Hey, I welcome you to this Einstein Studio Salesforce GPT course. In this lecture, we are going to talk about what is the need of Salesforce GPT and the overview of this course, what you can expect from this course after finishing, right? So let's go with the first thing, which is it safe to use Salesforce GPT? Because like I told you, there are already open GPT models which you can also use, but those are available for public domains. Those are using public clouds, right? So if you ask a question to those GPT models, you will provide some data so that they can read the data and give you the output, right? So that data that you are going to give to that open models, that data will get compromised because they are going to use it for any open public domain. Salesforce actually use its own shield, its own boundaries where it restrict those confidential data, and they say that data will never leave to Salesforce boundary. Okay, so there are specific multiple layered protocols which we will talk in detail in this session, like how the data is going to the external world and how the responses are coming to the external world and how the safety is being taken care. So all those things we are going to discuss under this entire module. Okay, but before we go ahead, let's discuss few questions. For example, this person is a working on opportunity. He's a sales representative, and he's saying, "I need to summarize my all open opportunities. I wish if I have any AI capability in Salesforce that can help me by providing that summarization of the record." So basically, like we discussed, the sales representative is assigned multiple opportunities. I need to get the summary of this opportunity. So Einstein record summary feature is actually there, which can help the sales representative to get the summary. And again, whenever we use these Einstein product, it will always be safe. The confidential opportunity data will never leave the Salesforce boundary. So safety is not compromised. Okay. Next scenario is this gentleman is a developer and he's saying today is the last day of the sprint and I have not even started writing the test classes. Okay. I wish if I have any tool that can help me to by quickly writing the test classes and LWC components. So if you're a developer, you can relate this pain. Writing the test classes is always a challenge in Salesforce industry. But now Einstein for developers provided an option for it. So we will again going to discuss this in detail how Einstein for developers help to write the codes. But by using Einstein for developers, we can ask VS Code to write some code for us. We can ask VS Code to write the Apex classes, test classes, LWC components, any field, formula fields. So all those things we can write by using Cell Einstein for developers, which again we are going to discuss in detail into this like these lectures. Now I think you get a high level idea what is the capabilities of Einstein Studio. Right now, let's move to the next slide. Here I have given a high level picture of how what are the main components of Einstein Studio. We have Einstein Copilot, Prompt Builder, and email content. Let's discuss them. Einstein Copilot is nothing but a chatbot you can consider. It can give the basic answers of the question. For example, what are the top opportunities? What is the trending knowledge articles? How many records I have created in account in this year or this month? So those type of basic questions related to your sales cloud, service cloud, or marketing cloud. Those are the basic questions which your sales representative wants. Einstein Copilot can help you with. Okay, and this not always require a development. Okay, but it is also supported development as well. For example, if the built-in functionalities is not supported, you can invoke your flows, your Apex classes, your REST integrations to your Einstein Copilot. We have a very detailed section where we will going to talk about it. Next is prompt builder. Prompt builder generally used to store a response somewhere. So for example, in Einstein Copilot, we are not going to store any response. Right? So if, let's say if I am a sales representative and I ask how many opportunities I've created, it will give you the response. But that response I'm not going to store anywhere, right? It is not automatic. But prompt builder is something which give you flexibility where the response which is generated by these LLM models, you can store in any particular field. For example, we have field generation. If we wanted to put the output of those LLM model to any particular field, I can use this field generation. Okay. Next is Flex, which is also a prompt builder. This Flex, what it does, it can read up to 5 objects. Okay. For example, you wanted to provide some input, which is account, contact, opportunity, task, or cases. So you have total 5 object where you need to gather the input, and then you have some specific questions. So Flex templates or Flex prompt builder can help you with this. Okay. Again, it is having its own entire module where we'll go and see how it is actually happening, but I'm just giving you a high level idea. Next is record summary. So remember here, this sales representative is looking for the summarization of these opportunities, right? And let's say if it needs to store this in a particular field, then he can use this record summary. Okay. Again, we have another type, which is email content. For example, you are a sales representative and you need to send an email for specific requirements. So you can use this email content. This is also a LLM model, which will use those LLM models and give you the output. Okay. This email content is not like a traditional email templates that we have in Salesforce. Okay. Where we have a specific language, which that language, that email template will always follow. But here, this is going to use the LLM models. That means you do not need to just point to point write everything. You just need to give a high level idea, and based on that idea, it will automatically create those. And again, it will only draft it. You can modify it, and after that, you can manually set. Okay, so this is very high level idea. Now I think you get an understanding what are the capabilities of Einstein Studio. Okay, we have, like I said, entire modules where we will see how we can use it out of box features, plus how can we customize it through flows, Apex, and REST APIs. So that's the details are mentioned here in the description. Okay. Now let's see what you can expect from this course. So I have listed down all the points that we are going to cover. Okay, so this course is actually divided into 4 sections. One is the introductory session, talk about Einstein Studio as an introduction. Okay, so I have created a dedicated section to give you a high level idea of what actually data cloud and how it is working with Einstein. Okay. Next thing that we'll check is private and public models. Then we'll see the architectural diagram, and then lastly we'll see how we can create a Einstein Studio org. Okay. In the next section, we are going to talk in detail about Einstein Copilot. So those are the things that you will see here. We'll talk about standard actions. We'll see how can we customize using flows, Apex, and what is the analysis that it is giving, what are the best practices, interview questions, and we have a real-time project also. Okay. Nextly, we'll talk about Einstein Prompt Builder. In that, we'll see what is the templates, how to generate it through flows, Apex, and how we can use record generation templates. Okay. Then we'll talk about Flex templates. We'll talk about use of Flex templates, send email templates, and use this prompt builder in a Apex class, and also REST API calls. The next section is capabilities of Einstein for developer. This is going to be very interesting session because in this particular section, we are going to ask our Einsteins to write the code for us. Okay. So first of all, we'll just enable it in the VS Code, and then we'll ask it to create few Apex classes, few LWC codes, and then whatever classes that it will generate, we'll ask it to create the test coverage of it. Okay. And then we'll use the predictive code. That means, for example, if you start writing by your own, then how Einstein will give you the predictions of the next code. That is also very interesting thing that we will talk about. And lastly, we'll see how to write the LWC component. Okay. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss under this particular series. Okay. I hope you find this course content interesting. All right. Let's see you in the next lecture. Thank you.